In this particular video, we will look into the details of class Amphibia. Now, the word amphibia, it comes from Greek words. The first word is the amphi, which means dual or both, and the second word is bios, which means life. So, amphibians are the organisms which have dual mode. So, these can live in aquatic habitat, that is in water, as well as these can live in terrestrial habitat, and that is why these are called as amphibians. Now, class Amphibia, it is a part of Tetrapoda. So, Tetrapoda should have limbs which are two pairs, but in the case of class Amphibia, there can be some exceptions. So, mostly there will be two pair of limbs, but exception. A very prominent example is Ichthyopis, and Ichthyopis is called as limbless amphibian. Now, the body of amphibian, body can be divided into head and trunk. So, neck is not present in the case of amphibians. Tail can be present or it can be absent. So, seeing these two examples, the first is the salamander which is shown. So, it has head, it has trunk, as well as it has tail. Now, talking of the frog, it has head, it has trunk, but tail is absent in its case. So, tail can be absent, tail can be present, but neck will always be absent. So, this is the body structure of amphibians. Now, talking of the skin. Now, skin of amphibians is moist. Now, it is moist because cutaneous respiration occurs, and that is why they do not have scales. Because if scales were present, the skin couldn't be moist, it would be dry. So, in this, scales are absent and the skin will be moist, adapted for cutaneous respiration. After this, eyes have eyelids present. If we talk of the ear, then external ear will be absent in the case of amphibians. It will be just tympanum which will represent the ear. After this, a important structure is present in the case of amphibians, and that particular structure is called as cloaca. Now, cloaca is a small median structure in which three tracts open. So, in this, there will be alimentary canal which will open, there will be urinary canal which will open, as well as reproductive canal or tract, it will open into this. So, alimentary canal will be bringing fecal matter into cloaca, urinary canal will be bringing urine into the cloaca, reproductive or genital canal will be bringing either sperms or ova into this cloaca, and after this cloaca will open externally by cloacal aperture. So, we can say that in the case of amphibians, all these three canals or tracts do not open externally, they open internally into cloaca, and cloaca opens externally by cloacal aperture. After this, coming to the respiratory system. So, in the case of amphibians, there can be gills, there can be lungs, and there can be skin which is present. Now, a prominent example is frog. In the case of frog, it is the lungs which is present. It is also the skin which is the respiratory organ, and an additional buccal cavity is also respiratory organ in the case of frog. So, gills are not found in frog. After this, talking of the heart, heart is three chambered in amphibians. So, if the heart is three chambered, then there will be two auricles and one ventricle which will be present. Amphibians are cold-blooded or poikilothermal animals, that is, they cannot regulate their body temperature. After this, talking of the reproductive system. So, these amphibians are unisexual, that is, males and females will be separate. There will be sexual reproduction. External fertilization will be found in water. Then the development will be indirect. Indirect means larva which will be present here. Example of larva of frog is called as tadpole. And lastly, these will be oviparous. After completing the details of class Amphibia, we come to the examples. So the first example we talked of in which tail was present called as salamandra or salamander. In frog, Rana tigrina is the common one. Then tree frog is Hyla, toad is Bufo, and Aethiopus was limbless amphibian.